Well, welcome back to SmartWatch Ticks. It's an exciting day. I've got something brand new all wrapped up in styrofoam we're going to take a look at. This one falls into that category of I don't have a clue what's in here. Oftentimes I can cross-reference tracking numbers, and in this case, I don't know. I don't know what we've got till it's gone. Paved paradise. All right, it's in a bag. Let's get into there. Of course, the whole thing came in a DHL package, and I'm fortunate that I have this set up to where these guys can pop whatever they're sending me into DHL, and it arrives within about 5 to 7 days. Oh, it's a Lenovo. Oh, whoa. Okay. It's got a little Christmas tree hanging. Wow, it's not even Christmas, but maybe you're watching this at Christmas? That's an interesting form of packaging. There's something on the back. What does it say? A whole bunch of numbers I'll cover up. It's a smart bracelet. It's the HW01. Oh, now I know what we've got. Let's take a look at it. Now this is the Lenovo HW01. It's a smart wristband. Now, before you get all upset saying this is a smartwatch channel, why am I doing bands? You know, every now and then I do a band, and there's a reason for this one, which I'm about to tell you. But first, let's take a look at the specs. The HW01 is a 4.2 Bluetooth smartwatch band GPS, dynamic heart rate monitor, pedometer, fitness tracker for Android, iOS. And it has all these things going for it. G sensor, an IP65. You're not really going to swim with it. I don't like to see bands you can't swim with. But it does something special. It's got vibration in it. So there's no sound, but it's got vibration. Has all of this. Just your basic little band. Nothing really exciting until you get to the heart rate monitoring. This is introducing a new technology now that we're gonna start seeing this on bands and hopefully on watches too. It's heart rate sports real-time monitoring. Now what that means is normally when you have these things on your arm and they're monitoring your heart rate, they're doing it like on certain intervals. The sports mode accelerates that intervals and does it every 15 minutes. But the exciting thing is when your heart rate reaches a designated threshold, it'll vibrate to remind you. And that's why I brought this one in. It's the first one we've seen that actually has threshold alarms. And that's a game changer if you're into sports and you know about trying to exercise in your target heart rate zone, right? Okay, so let's grab this thing over here. Let's get into it. Okay. Whoa, it's even on. I like that. Must have a good battery. Okay, let's take the cover off. What? Sticky. What other things do we have in here? It's already open. I guess they were playing with this one. Might be a prototype we've got. Oh, that's permanently sealed, but this looks like it's your standard charger. Yes. USB charging, that's good. How does it charge? Wow, this is that really soft material here. We've got the charging ports here. I mean the heart rate monitor ports. My guess is we would lift open this back cover to reveal, yes, the USB charger. So you'll plug it in directly there. So any micro USB that you have around in the office or at home or at work or wherever, you could use it. And you notice it's a rubberized grommet thing, so I can see why they're not giving it a swim with it kind of a rating, because that probably, if you don't have it in there just right, could allow water to get inside the unit. All right, so we have that. And we brought that out, and it looks like down in the bottom, our manuals and information. Okay. Oh, wow. A lot of tiny print. Hope the camera can pick all this up. Let's whip through it. Am I still in English? No. Where does it start in English? Wow. All right, I guess that's all Chinese, that side. Heart rate monitoring. Is this all Chinese? Huh. All right, you get to see what I see. Some of it's like mixed languages all together. It's a strange manual. And I'm not even sure if it goes up and down or back and forth, but you'll figure it out as you go through here. Here's the things you want to scan to get the appropriate app. Don't know what it is yet, but I'll do the Google Play one, and we'll be showing you the app, of course, in a little bit. Main functions. Okay. It looks like we got at least 3 languages all merged together in one instruction set. Reminder setup. Okay. Specification, I see that English. Notes. All right, that's the manual. Then here's another little thing. Warranty card. Lenovo limited warranty and notices. Yeah. All right. Let's see what it does. So the first thing we need to do after scanning that barcode you saw is download the app. Now you don't need to scan the barcode because the good news is you can search the Google Play Store for the Lenovo Smart Bracelet. When you download that app, oh, and there's one for iOS as well, you Apple folks, you can download it and open it up. You're going to be guided through registering. You have to create an account. You can log in with Facebook or some other places, or you can put in your email and create password, and whatever you got to do, you get yourself set up with an account. Then when you log into the account, you come into this basic page, which has 3 dots, one for activity, a page for sleep, and a page for heart rate. All right, before we get into that, we're going to tap up here and show you that you have all of your information. I'm registered as SmartWatch Ticks. And you can put in your very important information, which I've just left generic right now. Your sex, your birth date, your height and your weight, and your goal. These are the kind of things, especially your birth date, I believe, and the other stuff that's going to be used to calculate your zones appropriately for your heart rate. So that's your overall profile, and you can log out. When you're here now, then, you have alarms that you can set, which is just your basic regular alarms that will vibrate to wake you up or tell you it's time to start your exercise routine, whatever. Something called third-party access, which I don't fully understand, but apparently you need to scan a 2-dimensional code from a third-party app that will allow you to link together with all of this. If we have any more information, I'll try to put it in the show notes down below. But for now, that's something that isn't clear, but it's there. Then you have your units. You can go metric or imperial, whatever suits you. We're English, so we'll go imperial. You can turn on Google Fit and sync it to your Google Fit account. What's transferred, how much is transferred, what you can do with it, I don't know, but it's there. And then a little advertising thing that shows our new launches. This is the HW01 that we've got. And they have an HW02 new one, which looks like it's pretty much the same with a different 0.42-inch touch panel as opposed to a 0.91, so a little smaller perhaps, and IP67, so you can swim with it. So that's the one if you're going to go into a water area you may want. This one, don't get it too wet. splash proof perhaps. And I guess they've got power banks, a couple of those things, and other is empty right now, but they're, starting to fill it up. And then you can share, which will take you into this area where you can share your data as you have it with the little wishbone that lets you pick out the things you want to share with, right? So you have that capability. We have a help screen that gives you some answers to questions, everything from pairing. By the way, pairing was really, really easy. As long as this is on and the app is in there, at the front screen, you just tap and say you want to pair. It finds it. You select it. It says touch the band to pair, and you do, and it's instantly paired. Just make sure Bluetooth is turned on your phone. Okay, these are some of the questions, and that's about it. Then I guess you can email a question if you want to, maybe go into a chat thing. So it's got a bit of a help thing, and then about tells us that we're running this current version of the software. So let's get into it. What can we actually do with this thing? Here's where it gets fun. We have activity, and obviously I just unboxed it, so I haven't done any activity yet. It is physically there, and it looks like it's set to always be with the display this way, and it has that when you turn it, it gives you the time. Now it's not doing it. There you go. Looking at it like this, but when you tap it, it gives you the time in this direction, and it stays that way. We got a pretty decent charge, but it's picked up the date and time from the phone. I tap it once, and I'm going into my steps, then into my heart rate, but I'm not, I guess I am. I am able to activate it by touching there. It wants me to put it on, which I'll do in a minute. If I go into my steps and I touch it, nothing happens. Oh, it's 3, 2, 1. I see. It's a countdown. Okay. If you leave it on the heart, in 3 seconds, it'll start to do your measurement. The next one is the calories. No, the miles that you've walked. You don't put your stride in here, so there's not really a way of accurately getting that. It's probably calculating that from your step, your number of steps with a default stride. And your calories burned is going to be based on the formula from your weight, as well as, oh, look at that, music, go. It's got a music player? Okay, what happens? Press and hold? Okay, press and hold selects the different functions, it looks like. And then press and hold will take you out of that. Yeah, take you back. So you got a music player. Maybe that's controlling the music on your phone so that if you have a Bluetooth headpiece in, you can listen to your music. That's pretty cool. And that's it. And it cycles all the way back again. I don't want to go into it. Okay. So when you're in here and you've got your activity screen showing, this is your total for today. If you go up here, and we're back into where we were. All right. If you go up here, you get into this page. Now look at this. It's going to calculate your aerobic and your total activity. And it's going to show you walking, running, aerobic, and total information. And there's a minus, which takes you to this week, it looks like. That's today, this week, this month. Okay, so, I'm sorry, it's off the screen. You can't see it. It's saying this month, and then if I go that way, this week, and then today. So you're getting these cumulative averages, but it doesn't look like I can swipe to go to any other days. Once today is gone, it's going to be plunked into the weekly average that you can get from that one. If I press the moon down below, it looks like it switched us to the sleep mode, where you have deep sleep, light sleep, wake up, and your average heart rate. Tap that, and it takes us back and forth between today and your walking, your steps, versus sleeping. However, from this screen, we could swipe that way, and there's your overall sleep information for last night. If I press this, I'm to that same screen that we just saw for the sleep information that I could toggle back if I wanted to the step information. Okay? There. So that's what happened when we touched that one. When we were in activity and we touched this one up here, it's waiting for GPS on my phone, and I can actually hit go and do a run. And here I can turn on the real-time heart rate, and this is the threshold value I was telling you about. You enable the real-time heart rate. It offers real-time measurement in running. The band will vibrate when the user heart rate reaches the highest heart range that you've set. And then you choose the proper value according to your situation. Okay, that's great. You have overall control of it. You can come in here. I guess we have to turn it on. Come in here and select in 5 increments of what your heart rate level you want it to beat at to be, let's say, your minimum threshold, right? So that you're above your minimum threshold, it'll vibrate. Or if you really want to power out, make it your maximum threshold that you don't want to exceed. Either way you look at it, that's going to give you that information there. And with the real-time heart rate on, it's going to have that happening when you actually start your run. And it's going to sync up the GPS and take off. I thought the heart rate thing would go on, but maybe it does when you actually have it on your arm. I can hold to pause. Oh, interesting. All right. And then I can either continue or finish. So that's running under activity. Under the sleep tab, you can tap here and you can adjust the hours of sleep you want it to monitor. Now, I'm not seeing where it's telling you when it's going to start, when it's going to stop. Maybe it starts when it senses that you're no longer flapping your arms around and are actually laying in bed. So if you want 5-6 hours of sleep, you set it here, and that's your anti-sleep alarm. All right, I'm stretching here because I really don't know, but you think that maybe you say I want to wake up after 6 hours of sleep, that after you fall asleep, 6 hours later, it's going to ring or vibrate and wake you up. It's an anti-sleep alarm. I love new stuff, new technology, especially that you don't understand. We fuss our way through it. All right, the final thing and the fun thing here. Here you go. Here's the whole heart rate stuff. And it's at this point in the program that I strap this thing on so we can see if it links directly with the app live. All righty. Tight, nice little fit. There we go. It's on. Before I say measure the heart rate, I want to show you this. If I tap here, here's where I can have it auto measure and have a remind value, again, of the threshold, I guess, that it'll make noise on and vibrate for you. It'll show advanced message as setting, choose a proper value according to the user's situation. Okay. We have that. And it's set, and auto measure is on. And now I'm just going to say measure the heart rate. And we see it instantly went into the heart rate mode, which we could have gotten to by tapping the button on the wristband and moved over to the heart thing. And instantly it's giving me 79, and that's syncing directly to the phone. I don't know if it's doing it real time now or not. It's showing me where I'm at in the low or light range, and it has a data entry there. It's not changing, so I presume it's just fixed. If I go into the band and I start it here and let it activate from the band, let's see if it'll sync back to the app. 77, it's captured the data there, but it didn't translate over here. Okay, well, it says auto measure, so maybe it will automatically measure and give you a log over time of your measurements, and you just measure it on your own from the band. Anyway, from here I can hit that little button and it takes away the reference, and it's just going to show you your list of heart rate. That's just a toggle for that. And that's what we've got there. So the main new features of this band, to me, appear to be, when you're in here, that you can set a remind value for the heart rate monitor in its normal everyday measuring mode. And once again, that's this one here, the regular. So it's going to be taking regular interval heart rates, and it will vibrate if you are above the threshold that you have set here in heart rate. And if you are over here and you activate a run, then it's going to switch to the sports mode, and it's going to be monitoring the heart rate, I presume, more frequently. There you go. It's monitoring it live right now. And if I were walking, it would be calculating the total distance, time, my pace, the calories burnt. And if that exceeds the threshold that I put in there in this tab, then I should get a vibration in the wrist. All right. A lot to talk about for a very inexpensive, $25 little band. And check the show notes down below. If we have any buying discounts for you, they will appear there. Oh, and because this is coming to us from Geekbuying, our sponsor, who happens to be in the middle of a special sale for smartwatches, I also wanted to show you this. They asked, can you slip this in somehow? I said, if we're reviewing one of your products while it's on, I will. And it just started. So check this out too. Support our sponsors, Geekbuying. If you happen to be watching this when it's being filmed, about mid-March 2017, Geekbuying has a Fan Festival Smart Wearables Deals thing going on, where they're unloading a whole bunch of product with some really nice bands and watches. So I will have a link in the show notes to this very page that I'm showing you right now. And it contains the hot listings. Some of them have already sold out. That looks familiar. Look at that, $130 to get the Amazfit Pace. And all these other goodies are there. So, yeah, check the show notes for this. And again, we'll have the link for Geekbuying for you to pick up the Lenovo HW01. And again, we appreciate you supporting our sponsors and supporting our channel. Appreciate your subscription, and we will see you again with more goodies very soon.